How's it going, y'all? This is Jaelin with the Changing Game. And SummerSlam Night 1 was very solid. Punk and Gunther put on a clinic of a match. It was bloody towards the end. It was just everything I'd hoped it would be. And CM Punk beat Gunther. You know, he had an emotional win, but then Seth Rollins returns. He wasn't actually hurt. They do this crazy like limp out spot. He throws the crutches and he comes down, hits Punk with the briefcase a couple times, and hits the stomp to become the World Heavyweight Champion. To close out the show, he stands tall with the bronze and Paul Heyman. Now we got, for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, we got Becky versus Lyra Valkyria. This story has been going on for a while, since WrestleMania. I believe the seeds have been planted for this. But I think Becky will retain. And I think you got to do Bayley and Becky for the belt a couple times, you know, like just kind of, you got to add prestige to this title. It's a new title, right? So you got to have those names start like piling up, like the Charlotte Flairs, the Alexa Blisses, the Becky Lynches, the Baileys, you know. I still think that Becky's got a fair run left with this title. Then we got the six-pack TLC match for the tag team titles. We got the Wyatt Six, DIY, the Street Profits, Fraxium, Motor City Machine Guns, and Andrade and Rey Fenix. You know, the SmackDown tag team division has been the real unsung heroes of WWE. If you get any of these six in a match together, they're going to steal the show. Like, after being cast aside for so long, this division finally gets their moment. You got all the teams in there from this division. And I think this could be match of the weekend easily. I think it's going to be a car crash type of match. I think there's going to be some great spots in here. Andrade and Rey Fenix can really go. Motor City can really go. All these teams really are great wrestlers. But I think we'll have the Wyatt Six retain here. I think they just got the titles, but I think this will just be like a crazy like defense for them, just to kind of solidify them as the top tag team, you know, in the company. Then we got the triple threat match for the Women's World Championship. We got Naomi versus Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley. I think this is going to be a great match. But with Jade losing last night to Tiffany Stratton, this makes it a little more interesting. I'm going to ultimately go with Io Sky here. I think Bianca Belair is going to have some sort of involvement. I think maybe Jade has some sort of involvement here. I just think there's going to be some sort of distraction, and I think you got to get that triple threat, or you got to have these people fight sometime, because you got to put this story to bed. This has been boiling over for a long time now, and I think we got to get that payoff eventually. And also, you know, the story with Io and Stephanie Vaquer you can do at Clash in Paris. And I think because they're doing a PLE in Australia, I think Rhea Ripley's going to get that world title back and finally get that singles win over Io Sky. But now we got Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu in the steel cage for the United States Championship. And no doubt in my mind, I think Solo Sikoa retains here. I think, you know, Tama Tonga could have a hand in this. He could return. But I think, honestly, Solo's going to win here. You could have Jacob go for a world title after this, too. I think he is definitely a main eventer, future main eventer here in the WWE. And I just think Solo has been having a pretty good run since being United States champion. And I think this is it here. Then we got Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles for the Intercontinental Championship. I think Dominic retains here. I think him and AJ will run it back for Clash in Paris. But I think this will be full of Judgment Day, you know, stuff here. Especially with the Judgment Day losing the Women's Tag Team Championships on night 1. I think this is a perfect setup for Dominic to retain. Then we got Cody Rhodes versus the undisputed WWE Champion John Cena in a street fight match. And I think Cena retains here. I think fully, you know, Cena's got a lot of time left with this championship, I think. And I think you got to just keep the ball with the franchise here. But because Cody Rhodes is going to take some time off to shoot a movie, I do think we're going to see some seeds planted here for a heel turn, you know, coming up. Now, whether or not The Rock will be involved with this, I would lean he probably will, but obviously expect the unexpected. This match, to me, is just, this match is amazing to me, and I think that the fact that it's so unpredictable makes it very interesting. But all in all, Cena retains, and that's my predictions for SummerSlam Night 2. What did you think? What did you agree with? What would you change? But this has been Jaelin with the Changing Game.